Hey, what's up, guys? So we are in the fourth module where we will be going over how to carry a conversation. Okay. So this is where most people will go wrong. So everything else can be good, but actually carrying the conversation is kind of an acquired skill. All these things you can learn how to do just watching the videos. I guess the script writing is also kind of difficult. But all these are just pretty like credibility and volume is just getting it down. It can be a little bit tedious, but once you have it down, and tracking as well, once you have it down, you're good. This will take a little bit more skill. So it's a skill that you need to acquire, because if you do, your phone will turn into a money making machine, literally. And I'm gonna show you. I actually have a YouTube video going over a conversation I had with a now paying client that actually paid directly, like without even hopping on a sales call. So I'm gonna link that. Below. But what you need to know is, so the main point of this is that you really just need to be a human being. You need to have good-ish grammar. You don't need to have the perfect grammar, but ideally you want to be fluent or really proficient in the language that you're going to be carrying out your outreach in. Okay, because if your English is kind of iffy, then it will be more difficult, because people will see that, and they won't necessarily take it in the best way. Okay, so just be wary of that. Have really good grammar. You can always ask ChatGPT for help. And yeah, that's pretty much it before we get into the actual flow. So this is what we're going to go over: the conversation flow, how to be a real human being, how to ask for the call, all that good stuff. Okay. So remember, just try to make this as organic as possible. Just be a human being, and things will be good. Okay. So this is pretty much how most of my DMs go, how my clients' DMs go, and how I teach people to do DMs. People may have different opinions, but this is what works. Okay. So you send out a DM, which we've already covered how to do. So it's going to be your pitch DM, right? And then you can get a couple different replies. And we're only going to contemplate the positive replies, right? And positive replies can be camouflaged. So it'll either be one of these. So it's be like, how does it work? Yes, explain. Or it can be like, how much, website, case studies, right? So these are pretty straightforward. You just answer or don't, whatever. If you don't have case studies, then you can, I guess that's that. Some people use like their contractors case studies. I wouldn't recommend it, but I guess that's something you can do. But for the most part, this is what you're going to get. If you did every other step correctly, then this is what you're going to get most of the time. Okay. So if you have a good offer, if you have a good script, if you have a good profile, right, these are the responses that you're going to get. And you'll see, like, most conversations will be really, really similar. So how do we respond to these? I typically do send the DM, then get a positive reply, and then send over some sort of what we do script, okay? Some sort of what we do script, or a Loom video, which is even better than just a script, going over exactly what it is that you do. Now, if you need an example of this, I'm going to put an example. So you can go to drippy.ai/done for you, or not / but dash done for you. And then this is basically what I'm talking about. So this is a video that we have that goes over exactly what we do and what we've done for some of our clients and what we can do for you, right? If you want us to take care of it, this is a good example of what to do in that video. So I would highly recommend you watch this video, get a couple ideas, and then if you want us to take care of it, just book a call. But that's the what we do video, okay? Ideally a Loom video. You don't want it to be like Vimeo or like on YouTube, because it just doesn't look as natural. Because remember, we're humans. You want it to be human, okay? And then after what we do, you always want to end off with a qualifying question, to where it's really easy for your prospect to keep the conversation going, okay? So you don't ever, for the most part, you don't want to end off conversations on periods. You always want to be asking questions so that they can just respond back, right? And how it'll go is it'll be like qualifying question, positive reply, qualifying question, positive reply. And then you could send some sort of free value over and then ask for the call. But you'll only get here if your video wasn't super good. Okay, because if your video was super good, then people will just book directly from the video, because in the video you can like add a link to go directly to your calendar. And so a lot of people will want to just book directly on your calendar, and they can do that just straight through the video. But if not, then you can do so DM, positive reply, and then they're gonna ask like what it is that you do. So you want to go to like what we do script, qualifying question, positive reply again, qualifying question, positive reply, qualifying question, and then you casually ask for the call. Okay, so I'm gonna get into I'm gonna get into some examples right here, and I had to take some screenshots because I didn't want to I didn't want to show you who it was with. But 10K followers, and this is from my account, right? 10K followers, and my account has 400 followers. Okay, so keep that in mind. So Jay, hey, haha. I've created an automated way to monetize your drill that's generating over 100K in revenue for our clients. So it's set up for you. Interested? He said, yeah, sure. And then I went, sweet, love your business angle. By the way, I've never seen it before. This is a really big thing. Whenever someone answers and you don't know who they are, do your research before you answer back. Okay? Super, super important. There is no better way to turn off an interested lead or prospect than by showing them that you did zero research and that you have no clue who they are. Okay, if they're YouTubers, you're not going to ask them if they've been putting out content lately. If they are like, you know what I mean? You want to do your research. You want to know kind of who they are, who they know. Okay, because that's just more info that you can have, that you can hit them with, right? That's just going to make your conversation flow a little bit better. So right here, I went, love your business angle. By the way, I've never seen it before, because that is true. Like this guy's is, his angle, the angle that his business has, is a really, really good angle that I have never seen anyone else take. So I clicked on his profile, I checked out his links, and I was like, okay, I feel like this guy would be a good fit. Let me answer him. Okay, let me do a little bit of research. It takes a minute max. Okay, so just click on his profile, click on his links. If they have a YouTube, go to their YouTube. Just do whatever you can. Read a couple of their tweets so you know kind of who they are. Look at who's following them. Look at who they follow. So it just gives you a better idea of who it is that you're talking to, and it's just gonna be a game changer, because most people won't do that, and you'd be surprised. Okay, I know it sounds like the most obvious thing in the world, but it's really not. And you want to be careful. You don't want to just be copy and pasting the same scripts to everyone. You actually want to be a human and have a real conversation. Okay, and I know it's crazy. Most people think it's common sense, but just do it, because most people don't. Okay. So yeah, sure. I was like, okay, sweet, love your business angle. I've never seen it before, haha. And I was like, yo, how are sales going, bro? So I didn't go straight for the pitch, okay? I was being more of a human, asking qualifying questions. So if you go back to the Lucid chart, instead of going, so he hit us with a positive reply, but it was a yes. It wasn't directly how does it work. So he hit us with a yes, which is why I went to like just a little compliment and then a qualifying question. Okay, so compliment, qualifying question, and then you'll see that we're gonna end up in this situation where I send him the Loom video going over exactly what we do. So this is how most will go, but they don't necessarily always have to go that way. If they hit you with yes, sometimes it's a little bit awkward to just go into, okay, this is what we do. Yes, you want to ask qualifying questions, and then once you have enough information, then you can hit them. This is what we do. They watch the video, they warm up to you, right? And then they can click directly from the video to actually book a call with you. So let's go back to the example. So I was like, love your business angle. I've never seen it before. Haha. So this is like biz, right? Not very formal, but that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. I was like, how are sales going, bro? It's going all right. Could always be better. I was like, haha, yes, sir. So as you can see, his responses are really dry, if you will. But it's your job to keep the conversation going. Okay, it's not theirs. You're pitching them. So it's your job to keep the conversation going. And like I said before, you always want to end off with questions, so it's easy for them to answer. Because if I wouldn't have said this question, or if I wouldn't have asked this question, I don't know if he would have answered to just this. He probably would have been like, thanks. And then it kind of would have been a little bit awkward, right? Which is why you always want to be asking questions whenever whenever you want them to answer. So how are sales going? It's going all right. Could always do better. Perfect, right? And I was like, haha, yes sir. How are you currently getting clients though, bro? He was like, just through my tweets. Because remember, he has 10K followers. So I was like, all inbound? Yeah, okay, that's pretty sweet, right? Someone gets all inbound. I was like, because I think there's a ton we can do with you for outbound. Oh, and also a thing to keep in mind, look at the times, okay? So it's Sunday, 6 p.m., but look at how quickly we are answering each other. So I sent this August 19th, 3:50 p.m. And then an hour later, he answered. And then I took, I think, a day to answer back, which isn't ideal. You want to be answering within the first 5 minutes. But then after he answered this, I answered right away. So you can't really see, but I answered within a minute, and then he answered back within a minute, and then I answered within a minute, and then he answered within a minute, and then the conversation, we were just both on our phones, right? Which is the perfect thing. That is exactly what you want to happen. So again, haha, yes sir, how are you getting clients? Just in my tweets, all inbound? Yeah, because I think there's a ton we can do for you with outbound. He was like, okay, cool. Because at this point, if they're keeping the conversation going, odds are they already looked at your profile and they already kind of want what you have to offer, right? And then he just told you that, I mean, it's going all right, but could always be better. So there's the gap right there. And I was like, there's a ton I think we can do for you in outbound. He's like, okay, cool, right? And I was like, you target just anyone that can use a computer, right? Like I was like, that's who you target, right? Because I did a little bit of research. It was like, haha, yeah. So a little bit warmer. I was like, haha, perfect. And I was like, let me send over a quick vid going over how we do things, bro. And then I sent it over, and then he was like, watched, never seen this model, but seems interesting. And then I was like, haha, we're pretty much the only ones doing it. And then he said, I don't need appointments booked. I need course buys. And I was like, gotcha. And then people buy shirt from your site. Yes. Yeah, dude. I don't really think it would be hard to sell. There's some great angles we can take. I was like, okay, cool. And then here, we asked for the call. And then keep in mind the times, like 37, 37, 37, 38. So we're both on our phones right there. And that's exactly what you want. So sweet, want to do a call in the next couple of days, or are you a no call guy is what I said. He was like, we can do a call. And then I sent him, and then he didn't answer within 20 minutes, and I didn't see a call come through. So I was like, didn't go through? Haha. And then the next morning, he said he booked a time for tomorrow. I was like, sweet, excited for a call, hopped on a call, ended up buying. Okay. So this is an example of what you should be aiming for. Like this is a good example. Just go through with the conversation, be asking questions, look for the gap. And then once you find it, ask for the call. Okay. I do recommend you watch this video that I'm going to link. It goes over another example of a conversation that ended up not in a booked call, but actually in a buy that happened like straight in the DMs. So I do recommend you go watch this video. Again, I kind of go over this. I go over this in depth, but we kind of already went over it. But yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. I think the most important or the key points to take away, be a human. Don't be super... There's no urgency for you to get the call, okay? So just take it slow. Don't bombard them with messages. Just take your time, right? Do research before you actually answer them. I think that's super, super important, like actually knowing who you're talking to and knowing about their business and what they do, right? So just do as much research as you can. Ask questions so that it's easy for them to keep the conversation going, and then do sweet call to actions, okay? Sweet, I didn't mean to say sweet, soft call to actions, okay? So, here's a quick video, right? This is how we do things. So you're sending over a little bit of value. They can see your face, so you're not just texting, and like they can see your face, they can hear your voice, all that good stuff. Understand what they need, and then just keep asking questions. Pitch the call. It's like, sweet, want to do a call in the next couple of days, or are you no call guy? Haha. So it's super casual, right? And there's a lot of ways to actually ask for the call. Like, you're free in the next coming days. And then if they don't book a call, there's also a couple of things you can do there. You could either hit them with some free value. You could hit them with some client wins. Like, check this out. One of my clients got made this much just yesterday, right? Or you booked them this many meetings in the first week, or something like that, like case studies that you can send to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement. And it'll actually it'll make it more likely for them to actually book a call with you and then to convert. Or a good script I like to use for when people don't book is, yo, let me know when you book so I can double check with my team in the back end, right? Even though we get a notification every time someone books. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. And yeah, appreciate you guys, and we will talk soon.